What's up, Stokers? Before we begin this podcast, I want to let you know that we are brought to you by Helix Beer Bongs, the best in the biz. Guys, summer is here. It's time to guzzle froth, and the best way to get it into your gullet seamlessly with good flow and awesome funnel technology is with Helix. So go to shopcgd.com to get your Helix beer bong today. We're also, of course, brought to you by the legends at Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pube, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dongs are looking fresh and clean. Summer's coming. Are you ready to unwhale your beach bod? You're in luck. Our friends at Manscaped just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Complement your dad bod or six-pack with a trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining and calling your name, fellas. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for hot guys summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP20. We're also brought to you by the legends at Rumple. Rumple, thank you so much for sponsoring the podcast. There are new favorite blankets. They're made to go anywhere you go. Rumple's original puffy blanket is made sustainably with the same quality materials as your favorite puffy jacket. So whether you're hitting the beach or camping in the mountains, Rumple has you covered. Literally, they got cool designs and packable products for that on-the-go lifestyle. Get yours at rumple.com. Enter code DEEP15 for 15% off your first order. That's rumple.com, RUMPL, with code DEEP15 for 15% off your first order. All right, let's start the show. Put in the lube and fire up the pistons. What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. I'm here with my compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
Boom clap, Stokers.
And we are here with the star of the new podcast, Joe Code. Give it up for Joe Marrese.
Thank you guys so much, and thanks for having me on, and
Of course.
thanks for everything.
Of course. And of course, we got Aaron in here.
What up?
On mic, ready to roll.
Chad, you're dying?
Apparently.
You went to the doctor today? Tell us about it.
I'm pissed, dude. I'm so upset. These moron, dickhead, bullshit doctors. I'm talking to you, Dr. I don't even know your last name, you fucking piece of shit.
Get stoked on this, guys. The medical community needs a little bit of a reset. A resizing.
Okay, so I got a physical last September, and I got a blood test, and he's like, your iron levels are very low. And I'm like, I eat steak all the time. What are you talking about? And he's like, oh, well, you should take another test. And I was like, all right. I go in to take another test, and then I'm like, so how are my iron levels? And he's like, yeah, they're still low. And I'm like, what's the number? And he's like, I don't know, like 50 or whatever it was.
It's a pretty big number.
And I'm yeah, whatever it was. And I'm like, that's the same number as last time. He's like, oh, this is the old test. And I'm like, dude, like, fuck you. And so then today, I got a physical last week, just routine tests, and they call me today. They're like, your liver enzymes are really high. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? He's like, either you had a big weekend drinking, or you have fatty liver, or you have hepatitis or liver cancer. And I'm like, I've been sober for 7 months, you fucking assholes. What the fuck are you talking? And hepatitis? I don't think I have hepatitis.
No, I don't think so either.
Maybe I have liver cancer if 31 years. I mean, I'm 30 right now, but I assume I'd probably live till at least 31.
For sure, at least.
I think it's been a good run, but I'm just so. And then so they tell you this shit. They're like, yeah, you might be dying. We can see you at the end of the week. It's Monday. We're recording right now. They're like, we can see you on Thursday. And I'm like,
Yeah, they're busy.
yeah, busy. Yeah, they can.
They're not busy.
Yeah, they're not busy, Joe.
It's hard to get an appointment. You gotta.
How would you feel?
Yeah, I'd be very nervous. I mean, I drink a lot, and my liver's fine. So
Yeah, dude.
I think your
I don't
liver's
drink
fine.
a lot. I don't
I'm
mean to
so
say
confident that you're
publicly.
healthy.
I drink beer.
I think
now and then.
you drink a lot. I think you're eating too much
Just
beef
beer,
liver.
not
I'm eating too much
anything
liver.
I think you're eating too much liver, and it's liver overload.
My liver's expanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
When did
fires
you
me up so
take the
much?
blood test?
No, last Tuesday.
Like first thing in the morning? Had you had breakfast?
No, it was. I believe it was around like 1 or 1:30. So I think
That can mess things up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Some tests you need to be fasting for.
Oh right, I didn't fast.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, you didn't fast? Yeah, you have to fast.
Oh, I forgot about that. Maybe that's it.
Did you mention it to the doc?
Well, they never. It totally.
What'd you eat that
Slipped
morning?
my mind.
Did you have steak that morning?
It was at 3:30. Oh, dude, yeah, I didn't fast.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
probably
you have
it.
to fast like 8 hours before.
You're golden,
blood test.
baby.
They never told me to do that shit.
No,
Dr. David, fuck you. Sorry.
But I hope you're healthy and well. But fuck you,
I
dude.
don't, dude. He's such a cock. Dude. Sorry, I feel like I'm way off.
well, yeah, call them tomorrow. Mention the non-fasting.
You're fired up.
Yeah, I feel like I'm way off brand with starting this podcast.
Hey,
I'm
dude.
not stoked right now. But I'm pissed because, like, yeah, because I was telling him, he was just snobby,
That's how doctors are sometimes.
Yeah, he's snobby. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I got this Whoop thing. I'm trying to figure out how much like sleep I need. I was like, do you know how much like REM and deep sleep you need? And he's like, no, but it sounds like you do. And I'm like, no, I'm asking you a question, you fucking slapdick.
I've come close to coming to blows with a couple of docs. My dad's surgeon, after he gave my dad the Whipple procedure, he walked in, and it's like a really dangerous procedure. And he walked into the room and was just like, and like 7 of us are just sitting there to see if my dad's like, okay.
Uh-huh.
And then the guy just like looks at his phone. He's like, oh, he's fine. And I was like, you piece of shit, dude.
Yeah.
Stretching that moment out. I was like, you want to, and he's like, yeah, I'm going golfing tomorrow or something. I was like, have fun in your backswing with a freaking broken arm, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm about to arm bar you, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. They teach you this at Johns Hopkins or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, you're about to get snapped.
I don't think they teach.
And then my psychiatrist, same thing. I'll ask him. He's like, Seroquel seems to be going well. I'm like, yeah, I'm still kind of anxious. He's like, maybe we'll add in Lamictal. I'm like, will that help? He's like, we really don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, you went to Harvard to really not know?
Yeah.
Dude, we're only talking about my brain here, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Let's just roll the dice with my brain.
I know, dude.
I think they have to be that way, right? They have to be aloof to handle all the death that they see.
Yeah, or they're just.
I wouldn't be like that though.
They can't say for certain.
My buddy Tom Hall's not like that. Dr. Hall, he's
He's a legend.
Because if you're taking different medications, they don't know how it's going to affect people differently. So they can't give you a definitive, it'll make you feel better.
Joe, you're being logical, but we're speaking to the emotional side.
I mean,
of it.
I take
We're
medication does nothing. So
no, your medication helps.
no, absolutely, it's a placebo.
What do you take?
You don't think it
medication?
helps?
Yeah, it doesn't help at all.
You have to say.
My medicine helps me. I haven't been in a fight since I got on it. I haven't masturbated while doing 90 on the freeway since I got on it. Those were not infrequent.
I'm still doing
Are you
that
sure you
a
want to
lot.
lose that side of yourself?
I wonder about it sometimes, but I still think I got the bull in me. I've just tamed it a little bit. So now
Right.
I can deploy it when I need to, not when it wants to.
Well, here's the big cue. Did you come?
When I was driving?
Yeah.
Yeah. Busted in a gym shirt.
Why?
Were you weaving in and out of cars?
It's all kind of a blur now, but yeah, sometimes.
That'd be you just, like, is that JT and you're just fucking cranking?
It was mostly at night.
Okay.
But not the healthiest behavior.
Did you see the movie The Chase too early as a child?
Is that the Charlie Sheen one where he has sex with Christy Swanson while they're driving?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'd like to see that.
It's a good movie.
And actually, I don't remember watching it. I fell asleep during it, and the next morning my brother explained it to me, and he goes, yeah, him and Christy Swanson had sex while they were driving from the Poe. I was like, that's a sweet movie you watched, man. I'm bummed I missed it. Yeah. Charlie Sheen, too. What a guy. He's like back. He's back in our gig. Speaking of people who have, I think he's probably got Hep C.
He has HIV.
He's got HIV,
yeah.
but he's like back to being, everyone loves him again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He's a resilient one. He's a resilient guy.
he stays in the pocket. He stays strong.
He sticks to who he is.
Yeah.
And Christy
yeah.
Swanson's super alt-right.
Oh, really?
Who's that?
The
Is that
girl
where
from the movie. The original Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was in the movie. Yeah.
Were you guys around when that plane flew overhead that said Joe Rogan is literally 5'3"?
I didn't see it.
I
no.
didn't see it in person. I saw it on everyone in LA's.
So he got
Instagram.
height shamed. Is that how people are going after him? That seems like kind of a.
They're trying every which.
Joe's
way
not
to-
5'3". I've stood next to him, and
He's got huge
hugged
hands.
him. He's like 5'5",
He's got huge
which
hands.
isn't huge either, but he's not.
He's
but
like
5'3".
5'5"?
Yeah,
Is he really?
I think so. Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah.
5'6". Cause I'm like 5'9". I'm a little. I don't know. He's probably 5'6", 5'7" at the tallest.
Right.
But he's not.
But you're right.
He's
They
not
don't-
a short.
they're just trying every which way they can to
They're-
kind of like undermine him.
They're really trying to get him. Yeah. and
But I
it's
think they just make him stronger with all that stuff because it just shows how much people care to take him down.
Right. I mean, they really are trying to get him. But first of all, very lackluster roast. He's 5'3".
Yeah, it's an easy way to go after him.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been way funnier if they were like, Joe Rogan is a dumbass.
That's funnier. That is.
That would have been hilarious. But yeah, I don't appreciate the body shaming.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how I would. I just like Joe Rogan too much. I would have just been like, Joe Rogan's the man. Would have
Yeah.
been mine. Even though I understand why people get upset with him, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of if everyone's trying to stop X, bet on X.
Yeah.
That's what they said about Richard Nixon and later Donald Trump.
Totally.
Yeah, or that's what Richard Nixon said.
Do you think seeing that in the sky would make you want to stop listening to the Joe Rogan Experience? You're like, well, he's 5'3". I can't trust a word this guy says.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
It made me want to listen to him more.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito's 4'11". Like, love that dude.
Beast. Yeah, I watched one of his movies last night. Other People's Money.
Twins.
That was just on. Bizarre ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. Also, people have been talking about this Christian Eriksen guy. He's a soccer player, Christian Eriksen, and he kind of fell down on the pitch during a game due to cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
And which is really scary, but people were kind of wondering, is it ethical for the cameras to keep rolling when something like that happens? Like when the family's freaking out and we're not sure if the guy's going to die or not. Like, should we go to commercial or something like that, or go to some kind of screensaver? But I almost think you just keep filming. I know that's kind of like a weird perspective, but something about that feels right to me.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
like we should see it. Because I was thinking about it. I was like, how can you justify that? And I was reading that book, My Struggle, by that writer Carl von
Hitler?
Narsgaard.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was like-
No, there's a
Mein
popular
Kampf.
novelist who wrote like 8 versions of it himself. But he basically said how weird it is that we always cover dead bodies and that we like always move dead bodies away. Like, what if we just left dead bodies out? Like, it's such a real part of life.
Right.
I think we should almost normalize that a little bit, where it's like this stuff does happen, and the fact that we all go, turn away. And I know it's for the privacy of the family and stuff, but I do think that maybe we should all just be looking at it
Well,
and be
that's-
like, that happens. That's life.
That's what
Yeah.
they say in India is that, death is all around you. So it's sort of normalized, and it's like people accept it as a part of life. It's not so like in our culture, whenever death happens, we just shut it away and
Yeah, we're like, hide it.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody see the death.
yeah, I do think we should have a better relationship with death. But in terms of keeping the cameras rolling,
And then the soccer broadcasts, they're so good at talking. He could like, he was running with splendor, and the next moment he was down in the grass, considering all that he had done in his life and whether it amounted to enough. I suppose we all worry that one day we'll be in that position and our life will come up waning. But I can tell you this, Christian Eriksen, you gave it all you had. Rest easy, young king.
yeah,
And then we're all like, dude, that was a nice way to summarize his life.
That's what they said.
No, but they'd be cool if they could have said that if they stayed rolling. Give these soccer guys are really good at broadcasting. Like, they know how to talk about stuff. So I'm here for the soliloquy if the guy's ready. If we can handle it. Yeah.
I could swear in the 90s during a World Cup, I saw a guy's nutsack get pulled out by like on camera. Like the guy got kicked in the nuts, and the trainers were like down on their knees to help him, and I could swear they like pulled it out and was massaging it.
Super valuable.
Wow.
wait, what do you mean?
Like to help it not hurt. And it was on TV.
I
So I'm
did
like,
that.
how
When
can we
you-
not show this?
When you said that, I thought you meant literally pulled his nutsack off.
No, not off, but out, like out of its shorts.
Oh, so he got kicked in the nuts, and they're like,
They're like-
just tickle it.
Yeah. I saw that on TV.
Joe, if you got hit in the nuts during softball, would you accept, a little tickle?
Yeah, if someone wanted to massage them to make them feel better, I'd say, yeah, go ahead.
If they could lift up, get past your hog.
Yeah, you would have to be able to lift that first. Yeah,
Probably get a
Be
backhoe
hard.
to like pick it up, or maybe a forklift.
forklift would be ideal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about this dude who was swallowed by a humpback whale and survived?
I heard the
Yeah.
tail's fishy.
Yeah, people are starting to say it's not true.
Yeah.
I'd like to believe it is true. So he was in the stomach? Did you read about it?
No, I didn't read about it.
Did you?
Saw the headline. I don't really go past headlines.
Yeah, I didn't read about it either. I guess I got the whole story from the headline. I was like, that's cool.
I know that it
bad
said he was.
clickbait.
Yeah, I know that he said he was all the way in there.
His quote was, I was inside it. I was inside its mouth. It tried to eat me. That checks out for me.
Oh, he was inside so he didn't go in the stomach?
He believes he was only in the mouth for less than a minute.
He's in the
It's a long
mouth?
time.
That is a long time. Yeah, I don't know. That's a cool story.
It's amazing.
It seems super random to make up, I guess.
Some people just like
Yeah.
to tell tall tales. Maybe, you know what, with me, made up stories are always this. There's like a kernel of truth in them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like maybe it did gnaw on him a little bit. And then
Yeah.
just all the adrenaline and excitement made him embellish. And then he was like, I was in its mouth for a minute. But really, like, he just had like an arm in there for like 12 seconds.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
It's just getting some humpback kisses.
But dude, I'm all about it, man. I hope that he got swallowed by the whale and he made it out. I think we need more stuff like that in the world. Just to
thought he
remind
got-
us of how crazy shit is.
I thought I got shit out of the whale.
Yeah, if he went through the whole process, that'd be sweet.
Well, that's what I
Yeah.
read. I was like, wow. I was like, oh, wow. You like, he went through the whole digestive tract. Just got shit out, you know?
Went through
He
the
just
whole
pops out
body.
and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he comes up, you know, when people
That
like
is the noise you would make too. If you got
Yeah.
shot out the rectum, you'd be like, oh! Oh!
like, dude, whale, thank you so much for digesting me in under like 3 minutes.
That would probably change your life forever afterwards. Like, you
Yeah.
just have
Yeah.
such a new perspective on things. Like, you'd call up people you'd been beefing with, and you'd be like, hey, man, I just got swallowed by a whale and shit out, and I just want you to know it's all good, man. People make mistakes. You took more credit for that assignment at work, but I'm not mad at you anymore, man. We're boys. Yeah.
Dude, you know what? That is funny because when I read that headline, I'm so normalized, like all that crazy shit that's going on. Yeah, I'm so normal, like used to it all. When I read that, I was like, oh, interesting. Like
Right.
it did not grab my attention in any way. And then literally when I read it, all like I just assumed, I'm like, wow, a guy like got eaten by a whale and shit out and he survived.
Amazing.
You're desensitized to stuff like that.
He had
Yeah.
a whale swallowings.
Yeah.
I mean, what's he doing that close to a whale?
Dude, good
Those
call.
don't eat big things. They eat little things.
Right. They just take in all the plankton, right?
Yeah.
Isn't Jonah and the whale? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It's
3
from the
days,
Bible,
right?
yeah.
He did 3 days in there. Dude, in other news,
Pinocchio.
you guys had a big dub in softball
Oh,
against a team that had previously beat y'all's asses.
Yeah, we won 17-2.
Aaron,
And the
Joe
two-
said last night that
the
your
two were
pitching
unearned.
has been dialed.
Oh,
He
yes.
says you only throw strikes.
I only throw strikes.
Yeah, it was like a machine.
Yeah. And
That's
they kept taking them. I was like, too
yeah,
good?
took a lot of first pitch strikes. Yeah,
That game would have been 15 minutes shorter if they'd swung at everything.
I like to swing at the first pitch. It's usually juicy.
Nice.
Before they get adjusted to you.
Yeah, how often, like, what's your... You usually swing at the first pitch?
I tend to, just because it's softball.
Yeah.
I don't want to take pitches unless it's like really short or like way outside. I'm
Right.
I'm swinging.
Are you cocky off the plate? Like, when you hit, like, a slammer and you see it flying up, do you just sort of drop the bat and walk?
No, I haven't done any posing yet, but
I think
might.
I think you'd be good at that.
Yeah, thanks. I'll give it a try.
I could see you doing, like, the Barry Bonds or, like, Mark McGwire. You know, you hit it and he's just going, you know, over this into the stands, and just right when you swing, at the tail end of your swing, you just drop the bat. I think that'd be really
Yeah,
cool.
I'll come up with a bat flip or a.
It doesn't bother you
Opposite.
when someone like Fernando Tatis kind of pimps out his homer a lot?
No, I don't get bothered by that.
So you're not old school about it. You think, yeah, have fun out there.
Yeah, I don't care.
Good.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I was watching
Celebrations don't bother me.
I was watching Andrelton Simmons highlights a couple nights ago just to bring a little peace to my brain. That guy's hand-eye coordination, you know, when the ball takes an odd hop and then he barehands it and then he can whip so hard. And it's all fluid. I think he gets from his stomach to his feet, and as a burpee aficionado, I really appreciate this, quicker than anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah, shortstops can really do that.
It's beautiful. It's like beautiful.
Nice.
You know his home run celebrations I can't stand, and this is not because he's a Cub, but Jock Peterson.
Oh, Jock, yeah.
Does he really?
He actually did
He's really doing it right now. It's really
He
really absurd.
He mimicked Tatis when they were playing the Padres.
That's fun. Two big egos going toe to toe like that. Three of the top under 25 baseball players in the world right now all have dads who are like beast baseball players. It's like Fernando Tatis, Bo Bichette, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
And all their dads were monsters. I think they used to think it was like bad if your parent was an athlete. I mean, obviously good for the genetics, but I think they thought it would make for like a soft kid. But now everyone's like, no, they have clubhouse experience and they understand like they understand the pro lifestyle before they get there. Because it feels like in every sport.
Bonds.
Yeah, and Griffey Jr. and but even now it's like Steph Curry, Patrick Mahomes. It feels like all like the kind of transcendent stars right now have lineage.
I think you're really helped as an athlete if your dad was juicing super hard in the 90s when you were born.
Oh, you think that
You get
is in the
extra
jizz?
tea?
I think so, yeah.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Tatis in particular, because his dad was a Cardinal and he was roided up to the gills.
Dude, he could jack it up.
Do you think that's kind of sad? Like, don't you like the sort of like, guys who really struggled to
Who
come
came
up?
from nowhere?
Yeah.
Totally.
But if like all the top players are like kind of legacy players, you're kind of like, it feels a little bit less inspiring.
Well, yeah, and then you wonder, like, did they have more money so that they could get, like, the top trainers and stuff like that?
Yeah.
No, we'll always love a rags to riches story more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
LeBron James, he grew up pretty hard
Yeah.
to get to where he's at. And then, I don't know what Tom Brady's life was like, but he was at least overlooked as an athlete.
Yeah, I think he seems like he was like middle class.
Yeah, I think
Just
so.
standard, like, grew up in like Menlo Park. Is that right?
Yeah.
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 He's in the Bay Area.
Just your basic dude.
That's where my family's from. My mom.
Do you think Tom Brady's cool? We've been talking about this a lot lately.
No, I don't think he's cool.
I don't think-
as a person, I do not think.
I think
he's
his accomplishments are cool
Yeah.
and, unassailable.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think he's a cool guy.
Yeah. Whenever I hear him talk, I'm like, keep the helmet on, Chief. Because he's like, he's just like, yeah, you're like, we're back, baby. I'm like, Tom Brady's a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I think he is. Dude, what was I going to say? Speaking of powerful jizz, I was at the pool at the Cosmo in Las Vegas this Saturday, and I ran into some stokers, and they invited us over to their like cabana bed to hang out. Great guys, super chill, super fun, and they were celebrating their dad's birthday. He was 70. He looked much younger,
Oh, nice.
and he was awesome, dude. I walked up to him and was like, dude, thanks so much for letting us like kick it at your cabana. He was like, for sure. He's like, how old do you think I am? I was like 50. He's like, I'm 70. I was like, dude, you're a beast.
Wow.
And he's like, I am a beast. He's like, I got 4 boys, all athletes. You know what kind of jizz you need for that? And I was like, dude, this is a fucking
Yeah.
straight shooter right here, okay?
Yeah.
This guy's proud of what he's done. He made some bulls. And he's in this moment celebrating all of it. I was like, good, dude. So I went and got us some shots.
Nice.
I was like, dude, I'll be right back. Let me get us some shots.
Was he red and veiny?
He was brown.
was
Brown
brown?
Oh, yeah,
leather
one of those
with a
brown
big
tan
barrel
guys,
chest.
yeah.
It
I
was
love that.
beautiful, dude.
I love that.
And dude, we ran into his sons like every day afterwards. Like every
That's
time we
cool.
saw him at the airport. They were just like our check-in partners.
So does their dad live there?
No, they were all in town
Okay.
from elsewhere. But great people. Everyone in Vegas is just like so hyped to be there. Every time you get
Yeah.
on an elevator, people are like, how's it going? Whoa, this elevator's fast. It's popping my ears. I'm like, I love it. I love the open communication.
Yeah.
Everyone's just at their most extroverted. And everyone's so
Yeah.
hot. There's so many hot people there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best. And then, you start to feel bad because, like, you'll look at, like, a really hot girl and she won't even give you the time of day.
Right.
Because you just don't hit that, like, cool, hot, successful check mark or whatever that they just do, like, the quick data on. But then you start to love it and you're like, it's honesty. It's real.
Dude,
Yeah.
we should do a Vegas trip and like really like, Aaron, you're invited too.
Please.
We wear suits and shades, sort of like Men in Black. And we
Yeah.
just come in like we're like a posse that means business. So like when we have like an energy
Yes.
coming off of us, so that we're walking in and people are like, who are you guys?
Yeah,
And
that's
we're
what
like,
you have to do.
Yeah, like who are you? We're going deep.
That's fun, dude.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's how I was walking through. When I first got into the casino, when I first got there, I walked like this. I was fired up to be there.
Yeah.
And you could see it in our shoulders. We were just walking like
You have your
this.
shirt on or off.
off for big chunks of the day if that surprises you.
Inside?
Everywhere.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, if I'm in a hotel, warm climate, board shorts
All the way through.
the whole time. They're like, "Sir, you need shoes." Nope. I'll see you later.
You don't need shoes.
No, you don't.
It's such a great place.
Yeah, I love that. I love, dude, just staying at a cool ass hotel. Just the thought of it gets me so fired up.
The hotels are amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun.
The food options, the size and scope of
Room
them.
service.
It's a beautiful thing. Dude, we partied with the Friday Beers guys. They're so fun. Just
Yeah.
the best guys. Their whole team, Jack, Max, Alex, everybody. Awesome. And then they had a good group of fans there partying, all just letting it rip. And they had a champagne shooter with like a trigger on it so you could spray like a super soaker champagne into people's mouths, but it came out really hard. Like it would kind of blast you backwards. And they were like, I was getting after it. They were like, dude, hey, you be the champagne guy. I was like, yes. And I had it. I was shooting myself. I was shooting Strider. I was shooting bros. But I think honestly, when I was young enough and to be the sprayer, I don't think I would have sprayed right.
Right.
You need a little age to know when to spray and when not to spray.
And where did you spray from? Like, did you spray like pretending it was your dong?
No, I was coming in like I was in SWAT with the pistol shoulder high,
Oh, that's really sick.
eye down the barrel.
I didn't know they had sprayers for those. Like I
They're
thought,
pretty
like, at
incredible.
Sports celebrations, they just would like use their thumb and shoot
I've
it.
never done that. I want to do that.
It's fun.
Have you ever done that, Joe?
No.
You sprayed anything?
Yeah. Beers. Yeah, I've done that.
Spray beers?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know how much spraying I've done in my life. Damn. I just realized that. I mean, I've sprayed soda bottles. I've made soda bottles explode.
Yeah, I've done that.
I think you learn a lot about yourself when you're spraying.
When you're spraying, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to spray more. I sprayed my wetsuit this morning, but I've never done it with like, I don't know if I've done it as much with alcoholic beverages, and that makes me really sad right now.
And it's got to be hitting you. It's got to be hitting other people, not inanimate objects.
Right.
You need that person-to-person spray.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should incorporate that into our stand-up. Like, if someone has a good set, we have like a little awards ceremony, and then you get champagne, you spray into the crowd.
People getting sprayed, it does excite you. Even
Yeah.
when I was at XS and David Guetta was going, he would blast fire every couple songs, and the whole crowd would just go, yeah! Like, we
Yeah.
love fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We
cool.
love pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
But then he would also blast cold air into you.
Yeah.
And that was huge. Like,
Oh,
every
I
couple
love-
songs, you just, and you're like, ah!
I like getting foam shot.
I think it's it's the sensory part of it.
Yeah.
You're getting everything. You're getting touched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By mysterious gases and fluids, and you're just completely like in this
Yeah.
experience of
Well,
just decadence.
Yeah.
I guess
it's like it's simulated coming.
that's what it
When you're getting
is.
sprayed, you're sort of like, it's like a sexual explosion, but with champagne.
It's funny too that people don't respect DJs more. It's like they're an easy punching bag for people. Like everyone's like, "Oh, being a DJ, it's so easy. You just press play and then you pump your hands in the air."
Mm-hmm.
It speaks to a kind of cheap cynicism in Americans that we're trashing DJs who are only there to help, only there to bring good vibes and to amp up people's collective effervescence.
Right.
And then
I mean, do people trash like the famous DJs or just like wedding DJs?
they trash them all. They're like, "It's easy. It's just you push a button." I'm like, "It's not easy."
A
It's-
lot of it's jealousy too,
Yeah.
I think.
Because they didn't do what it took to get to where those guys are at.
No, they
guys
could
and
have
gals
done
are
it.
at.
Yeah.
They're not in the arena.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you, DJs. I think you guys do something incredible. When Guetta played "Pursuit of Happiness," I never related to those lyrics more, and it was the exact thing I needed to hear in that moment.
Yeah,
So
live, that had to be awesome.
it was life changing.
Joe, let's focus on you. You
Yeah.
got
What's
a new
going on?
podcast out.
Yeah.
Joe Code premiered today. How you feeling about it?
Great. Yeah, Joe Code, it's out. It's on YouTube. Everything.
Yeah.
Spotify, all things comedy,
And you're
Apple.
You're loving doing
Podcasts.
pod, right?
Yeah, I'm having fun. Yeah, I mean, it was good to do the first one. I felt a little robotic in the first one, but it would still came out good. But from then on, they seem to just be getting better. So I think people are really going to enjoy it.
You have a bunch of segments in there. What are the segments?
I do some segments like talk about like I do this sucks, this is great.
Yeah.
We end on the positive.
And then I mean that's really it for the segments. The shows are pretty short. Right
it's about
now.
a half hour right
Yeah,
now.
I'm only doing like 30 to 35 minutes.
That's what we did at the beginning. I could
Yeah.
see you extending to an hour over time.
I
Yeah,
could see it getting to be a couple hours.
I don't know about a couple.
Dude, you can talk, bro.
I don't know.
You got a lot on your heart and a lot in your head.
I think an hour will be plenty.
Dude, I listened to the first
know,
episode.
dude.
I was dying when he talked about moving and helping Graham move.
Yeah,
The funniest shit. Yeah, Stokers, you gotta check it out.
check it out, Stokers.
Yeah, Joe code. I could see that becoming a thing, like people living by the Joe code, because you do have a very distinct code and point of view.
That was Aaron's name.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, I might be dead from liver cancer in a year, so
Should live by the code.
yeah, maybe if I'll live by the code. For
You
the
don't
rest
have
of my
liver
life.
cancer. If people that have liver cancer like wilt away. What's going on with that
double
cold
hitter
sore,
of
though?
relief.
I got it last week, and
Oh.
I only started getting them like I got 1-2 years ago, and that was my first one, I guess. I wasn't sure, and then this one I was like, oh, I for sure get cold sores. But yeah, I
Putting
with that,
anything on it?
I got some. Well, it's actually kind of one of my. I got some Valtrex. Really stoked on it.
Okay.
Works really well.
Stoked on the tracks. But yeah, I guess I get them now. I attributed that one though to so we were filming out. I served Trestles on a Thursday, and it was like 4 hours, so I was really exhausted. Then I had stand up that night in San Diego, and then I drove back to LA that night, and then I drove to Palm Springs for stand up the next day. Just the ultimate barrage of first world problems. And then I got cold sore. So I was really, really tired. So I think I just think it was being in the sun that long, and then fatigue,
Stress?
stress. Yeah. Even though I was going to San Diego and Palm Springs to do stand up.
Yeah,
It's
what
a lot of
and I was
driving, dude. You were
tough
up a
life.
lot.
Yeah.
And your arms were still sore from when you did the Murph.
Right.
You had
I did the
swollen
Murph.
arms.
I did the Murph.
He worked his arms out so hard they were like swollen like a bee
Oh, that
stung
was
him
the
for a while.
Memorial Day workout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, some dude came up to me, I forget who it was, and he's like, "Hey, did Chad really do Murph?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, he did it."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "That's crazy."
Yeah, you do it every year.
But they were like they were like,
They're skeptical.
but not because of you, but just because of like the
'Cause it's
endeavor
hard.
itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, "No, he did it, dude." Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "He wouldn't fake that." And
Yeah.
then they're like,
My-
that's amazing.
My arms
Yeah.
were toast. So, but yeah. So I went to the doctor, and he gave me some Trex, and that the cold sore started going down after that. I still have a little remnant, but
Maybe your liver couldn't handle the Murph.
right. Could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not
Maybe
disease.
some ice
No.
baths and
Yeah, dude. I told the doctor I did ice baths. He was like nonplussed about it. I'm like, why don't you nonplus your fucking face, dude?
well, what did he say? He didn't like it?
He's just like, and I was like, yeah, like I'd lost like 5 pounds, and I was like, yeah, I lost some weight because I went through a breakup, and I was like not eating as much, just like anxiety and stuff, and he started going in the route of like medication. I'm like, I don't need medication. Like I went through a breakup, dipshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got pissed. I was like, of course your brain goes straight to medication and not like, just general things that you can do to, because I was like, it's just a breakup. That's anxiety you get for like a few weeks.
My dad got another clean bill of health for like the next quarter.
Oh yeah, that's so
basically.
awesome.
Yeah, he's a beast,
Great.
man.
Nice.
He's making pancreatic cancer his bitch. He's
Yeah.
in Greece right now. He just sent me a photo.
Oh, wow.
Dude, he's the man.
He's just living it up.
I swear to God, his tenacity towards life is like,
Grease.
Yeah.
and I'm freaking out over like a funky test. He has to do that every quarter, and he's just beasting through.
He just powers through it. We had
Yeah.
a big family meeting about all of his stuff and what happens to it.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate, if unfortunately he passes. And yeah, he was just an animal.
Yeah.
He was just like yelling at everybody. He was just classic Tommy P.
Yeah.
And then his accountant came, and I was like, Steve, is my dad, like, because he's yelling a lot today, obviously. I was like, does he always yell this much, like on calls with you and other business people? He was like,
Yeah.
your dad's always aggressive.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, hey. I was like, that's right, old lion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the end of the meeting, my dad was like, sorry if I was an asshole, guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're not, but I love you for it, dude.
Yeah.
Because he's right most of the time too. He'll just make points, and it's funny, dude. I'm like way sharper after I hang out with him.
Yeah.
Because he's just always like, he's so. I mean, he's been the most generous father in the world and always super loving. But you know, he's just like really aggressive and always like asks like really penetrating questions.
Yeah.
But then it makes my brain like rise up to that, and then so if I have like a work call that day, I'm like, douche.
Yeah.
I'm like super dialed because I
Yeah.
just have like that like intensity osmosis with my dad.
Right.
All right, you guys want to answer some cues?
Yeah, are you gonna
Yeah.
read the title of that email?
Navy
pretty good.
SEAL's daughter wants to meet. What's up, bros? My name is Ryan. Here's the sitch. Recently, I went to a party and met this girl. We live in San Diego. She's gorgeous, and we had good vibes all night. I got her number later on that night before we both left, and I respectfully kissed her on the cheek to say goodbye. I had to show her I got game without being disrespectful and going full in for a smooch within hours of meeting. But I want her to know my interest. We texted for a few days and actually lived pretty close to each other, so we started to hang out. It's been great, and the sexual tension is so high, it's completely uncalled for, which is the definition of stoke, if you ask me. It's a good definition. She is weird about hooking up when we're at my place because of my roommates. She has a great job, but still lives home with her parents and is moving out in a few months. However, she only wants to hook up at her parents' house in her room. We were basically Ubering to the drill factory when her dad got home. We went downstairs so it wasn't weird, and I went to meet him. The guy is 6'1" and about 220. House. He's got to have a hog the size of a 6-iron. He's tatted with full sleeves and scared the sweet Mary fuck out of me. His handshake broke my ass. I asked her what does he do and why he's so jacked up. She hesitated for a while and finally told me he's a fucking Navy SEAL. My question is, do I take the chance of drilling his daughter in his home and potentially losing a limb and or my life? Is it worth it to bust an obscene amount of swimmers and his hot daughter? It could be badass or it could be life altering. I need your help, please. Thanks for everything you guys do. I'm a new listener, only 1 week in. You make my day at work so much more enjoyable. Love you bros already. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, I wouldn't drill her there. I would. Well, first of all, I wouldn't say you're drilling her even about a Navy SEAL's daughter. I'd say I'm going to make sweet, passionate love to this strong man's daughter.
Right.
And then, yeah, his roommate situation seems a lot calmer. Like, I live with 2 other guys. If you want to, anyone who wants to have sex, just, fuck on,
Mm-hmm.
We don't, we're not worried about who's listening.
Right.
But you used to hate listening to me, right? Because you said I moaned too loud.
Yeah, you were pretty loud. You, not the woman that you were with. I would hear you. I don't want to hear man moaning.
Can you give some examples?
I don't know. It just would be like just think of a guy sacking a quarterback, just letting out grunts. That's him.
Because I'm in it, dog.
Yeah,
I'm in it. I'm not thinking about anything
Oh, is that
other
so
than
like,
dirty things.
yeah. So yeah, basically that.
Which defensive end did I sound like?
Fucking sounded like Urlacher, middle linebacker.
He's a beast, dude. I respect that. Thanks, man.
So what would you just what would you do when you started hearing it? Would you just pretend like it wasn't happening?
Yeah,
Would you go take a walk?
Yeah, I would just go in my room or whatever.
Sometimes I'd be like, Joe, you hearing this, brother?
No.
I go, Joe, I love you, dog. Joe, I miss you.
If you did that, then I would come in too.
To join?
Yeah.
That'd be weird. But I'm open to it.
What if you're in the
Thanks.
act and
Really a special person who'd be okay with that.
you
On the female end, I mean.
you hear that you're in the middle of the act and you hear a large thud and you're like, sort of like when Godzilla
Mm-hmm.
starts stomping in the city.
Well, yeah,
That's
Joe.
what it's like when Joe's hog comes to town.
Joe woke me up one time by dropping his hog onto the bed, and it bounced me up like the Blob in Heavyweights. You know those
Right.
things that like launch people into the water when one person lands on one side.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
and then
right.
I just got launched out of bed. And I smacked horizontally against the wall.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, Joe. He's like, you got to move your car.
Yeah.
They're doing street sweeping at 10 a.m. Dumbass.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah,
all right, dude,
10
you
to
didn't
12.
have to make my bed look like the heavy bag after Foreman's done hitting it.
Right.
That's what you get.
All right.
Joe, do you ever get calls from wrecking ball companies that are like, our wrecking ball's out of commission, can we use your hog?
Yeah, but I charge too much. They can't afford it. It's like $100 an hour for me to do that.
Nice.
Know your worth. What's up, my dogs? I'll get right to it. Obviously, it's easy to get the wrong idea about a lady at the gym in terms of...
Oh, wait, did we even answer that guy's question, though? I like Joe's answer.
Oh, right. Good call. Yeah.
I like what you're saying, Joe. I think I love that he's having intense sexual tension and energy with this lady. I would just sort of, massage the wording a little bit and sort of, just be like, we got a huge spark here. The passion is intense, and I enjoy making love to her. And I think if you do that, then you'll be safe from, if this Navy SEAL guy hears that you are talking about drilling his daughter.
Yeah.
I think that's when you're cruising for a bruising. But I think with if you just start making passionate love to her, and feel free to grunt like a quarterback. I think that's legit.
Absolutely. Dude, I think also, like, you should already be in this headspace, but it feels like you have even more incentive to be polite and straightforward.
Yeah.
So I would date every girl like their dad's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that'll probably keep you acting right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because you don't want to disappoint a Navy SEAL. I mean, beyond even getting hurt by the Navy SEAL guy, which he is well equipped to do you want a Navy SEAL guy to look at you and be like, you're not a good man?
Yeah.
That would crush me.
Right.
So, yeah, show this Navy SEAL guy that you're worth your salt.
Show me you're a Spartan.
What's up, my dogs? I'll get right
Also,
to it.
Get a fancy hotel room for a night.
That works.
Yeah.
Get a nice
Yeah.
one. Save up for a hotel room. Do it right.
Go to the Cosmo.
He's going to give you the thumbs up on that. A Navy SEAL guy, he gets it. What's up, my dogs? I'll get right to it. Obviously, it's easy to get the wrong idea about a lady at the gym in terms of she's actually checking you out or interested. I mean, we've all been there. A girl looks at us or is lingering in our general vicinity for different workouts, and our mind immediately starts wondering if it's intentional. In this specific situation with one specific gym babe, on multiple occasions, it seems like her intentions were pretty clear. She would subtly follow me to my next set, look at me, and continue to do pretty provoking workouts in my direct line of sight. I actually had to step away in between sets in fear that I may pop some soft wood.
Oh, yeah.
I guess the dilemma is that maybe she wasn't actually interested and was genuinely just sticking to a routine that happened to cross our paths time and again. While I'm not shy, I'm very respectful, and I don't want to be that guy that goes up to a chick at the gym and tries to spark up a conversation. I know every girl is different, but I've heard from several female friends of mine say they don't prefer a guy to approach them at the gym. To close out the story, she finished up and headed toward the exit. James Blunt's Goodbye My Lover played in my head, and I now fear I may never see this babe again. Thanks for any input or feedback, boys. What up to Strider or Joe if you're in company? JT, I think you're a good dude, and Chad keeps snapping it off the lip, brother. Kyle. Dude, it's funny. We talked about a guy. We were trying to give a guy things to say to a girl at the gym. And then I talked to some lady friends afterwards who had listened, and they were like, don't ever hit on a girl at a gym.
Why?
And so they just said they don't like it. And maybe, I'm sure there's exceptions to all the rules, but
That's the thing.
if we're giving advice, I think we should stick to the
I mean,
the
it's like if this
averages.
guy, because now it doesn't sound like she's like a regular at the gym. Like if it was just a girl he would see once in a while, it's like
But what if that experience...
it's hard not to want to take your shot. Because it's like, where else? What if I don't see this girl again? That's the thing that enters your mind.
But what if you don't see her again? Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's all it was ever supposed to
It's
be.
not okay.
It's okay.
It's not.
No, just accept the experience for what it is.
What if she's really hot? It's not okay.
That's still cool. It was cool that you even had that experience. Right?
no.
Because if you go into every experience being like, hey, if I don't follow up with this girl or follow through with this girl, it's like a missed opportunity. I think that's not the right
Well,
way
that's
to
what it
think
feels
about it,
like.
right?
Yeah.
But maybe it's better to just be like, no, it is what it is. That's it. It was just, we flirted. It was fun.
No, he didn't even talk to her, right?
But they flirted.
He's not sure.
I think they did. They did like an unspoken flirtation. And he took it to the right level. Maybe she just wanted to flirt a little bit too. I think that's the other thing. Sometimes like a girl just wants to flirt and we're like, oh man, I should follow up and fuck this girl. It's like, maybe she just wants to flirt a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I like what you're saying. I think I like the idea of sort of going through life and just having, just enjoying the experience of each moment and not being so attached to the result.
To the umpteenth.
Right.
Yeah.
To just be like that was a really, because it is really fun when you do have like a flirtatious experience with someone, or you like get some banter going with someone that you're never gonna like, actually ask on a date or like go out, where you're just sort of like passing through and you just have a little fun and you just keep moving. I think it's way more fun to live life that way. So I think
blue balls is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think just be stoked on the flirtation you had, and maybe if you guys cross paths, or if you see her at the gym again and you strike up a conversation, a lot of things could happen. I would take a little bit of the pressure off and just go with the flow.
Just believe it's going to come back around too. If it's meant to be, she'll come back to the gym. You guys will do the same dance, maybe a couple more times. And finally at one point you're like, hey.
Yeah.
But for it to happen the first time and then to be like, okay, now how do I build on that? It's like, I don't know. You might be stealing some of the joy out of it and maybe rushing the dance a little bit.
Yeah. I think
my sister and her husband met at the gym.
Really?
So,
that's great.
That's cool.
So throw your theory out the window.
I don't think that throws my theory out the window.
I don't know. I feel like it does.
No, look, he can hit on her, and that's great. Look, if it's before sunrise, and this is Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy, and they're having this whirlwind thing together where it's clear they're meant to be something with one another. Yeah, you got to follow through on that. But I'm just saying, if it doesn't always get there, that's not a bad thing either. It can be fun to just have a moment.
I got you.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I believe really very much too in that the idea of sort of surrendering and like letting things come to you. Obviously take initiative. If with a girl or something. If you're interested, ask her on a date, that kind of stuff. But at the same time, just be content. Don't try to force things. Let them come to you as well. Let things come to you, because if you just sort of stay in the pocket and you don't think too much about the results and all that kind of stuff, you just sort of stay in it and trust that things are going to come your way, good things. And I think that's what happens. And I think, I think you'll look back and be like, wow, what an incredible, year I've had of just allowing these things to come into my life. But also obviously work hard and sort of be on your path and stuff. But the art of allowing, I think, is legit.
To go back to the softball metaphor, take a pitch. This guy took a pitch.
Yeah.
Another one's going to come.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you'll know when it's the moment,
Yeah.
Also fine.
The moment will kind of present yourself like, this is the moment where I say something. And you go, hey.
Right. It's like if you're on like a date with a girl and you're trying to figure out when to kiss her, if you try to force it, you just you gotta wait for the signs.
I always know the right moment.
You do?
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Nice.
Savants of Stoke, what up? I need some advice on how to have a work-life balance. I started a sick internship last month, but it's busting my balls. My boss is a schmoll and has me working 60 hours a week. It's great experience and helps me save up to buy Fruit Smash, but it's starting to drain my Stoke tank. It's hard to find time to hang with my dank SGF, who I just introduced to the pod. If you're listening, babe, what up? I also want to have time to rage with my boys and break out the Helix. Plus, I need alone time to build my bronze and clear my mind in Nebraska's sun. Fired up on Chad's bear bronzing. Any advice on how to find a good balance between work and play? All this work is leaving me real overwhelmed while trying to celebrate the ending of Q Team. Dude, you know what you got to do? You got to put a trip on the books. Just find a weekend a little bit in the future that you can get away. Set it up with your boss so he knows you got to get out of there. If he'll accept that, bearing that he lets you do it. And then just set that trip up, and then it makes the work more palatable because you're like, oh, dude, I got that trip to look forward to, and I'm going to get it all out that weekend.
I don't know. I don't think this guy's got vacation time. He's an intern.
Joe, if you shoot down one more fucking thing, dude, I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, I'm going to make you drink Fruit Smash. Dude, put a trip on the books. It's always nice to have something to look forward to, and it makes the day a lot easier to get through. If Joe's right and he can't get that time off, I don't know. You got to just do it in a day.
60 hours is a lot.
when this email started with internship, I was like, oh, quit that. Like,
Yeah,
it sounds like he's getting paid,
Yeah.
which is nice. What never happens here in LA, but
I'm looking at what his internship is. It's pretty sick though.
Oh, okay. So maybe
Yeah,
he's
it's a good
getting paid,
internship.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's getting paid, but he's working at a cool place where he's probably meeting some cool people who can help him long run, and he's getting some valuable experience,
Nice.
All right.
some XP points.
I like.
But I'm not opposed to the quitting either. But I just
I like what you're saying about setting up a trip. That really. That really.
Gives you something to look forward to.
Yeah, it just makes everything a little bit better. Makes everything shine a little bit brighter. Makes life more vivid.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm trying to put a new trip on the books right now. I just got
What
back.
are you thinking?
I'm thinking maybe Denver.
Nice.
But I really want to go somewhere hedonistic. I need somewhere where people are all there and they're really.
You should go to New Orleans.
I'm thinking about that too, but is it too hot? That was my concern.
It is hot, but don't you want to be like, in the humidity, just sweaty and hammered?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it might be Miami then. But I don't have homies in New Orleans or Miami. I have
Right.
a couple friends in Denver, T. Moylan and Luke Connor.
Like I love Denver. I mean, I don't really know. I've only been to the airport, but
Beautiful airport. It's got the bull with the eyes that people think is satanic, right?
right, yeah, and it's got like the depictions of like people wearing gas masks and stuff. Interesting stuff, but the flair of saying I'm going to New Orleans or Miami, it just has a little bit more kind of
It's a little more
dog
exciting.
swang to it.
Yeah.
You know
You're
what I
right.
mean?
I need that swing. Yo, what up, Absolute Stoke Legends? It's Andrew again. I wrote in a couple weeks ago about my girl insisting on going through my phone. We compromised by me giving her my Insta login. But I think I fucked up doing this. She trips out about me liking Kim Kardashian pictures and liking old high school friends that have moved away states simply because they're a girl. She keeps tripping over nothing. Is changing my Instagram password an option and telling her she just has to trust me, or what else should I do? Thanks and love y'all. Yeah, man, she's got to chill out.
Yeah.
For her to get into your phone, I mean, it was already a big deal to let her into your phone, but I actually like that move. I'm like, yeah, let's find out where your head's at. And I think we kind of found out. She's a little too paranoid.
wasn't this the guy who was sent a dick pic to a prostitute?
I think that was a different guy.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I still think no. You don't. No, there's no doing that. No.
Let me see.
Either trust me or don't.
Yeah, this isn't the dude who sent the dick pic to a prostitute.
Okay.
Dude, I was thinking about being a prostitute, like if I was a male gigolo. You know, it's a tough job.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
You
Gotta
don't just
bust
pick
a
your
lot of
clients.
loads.
I don't think I could. That's my thing. I'd be like, hey, do you mind if we get to know each other for a month and build
Yeah.
some emotional trust before I actually deliver the D?
That would be funny if they'd be like, how was your gigolo? He had boner problems.
He had boner problems, then he just wanted to talk for a while,
Yeah.
mostly about himself.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's the way I do it. That's how I gigolo.
Yeah, you'd be like,
everyone's
Deuce Bigelow.
everyone's got their own style.
Should you show up? You're like, hey, how's it going? She's like, hey, or should we get started? And you're like, I thought we could just, who are you?
Do you want to watch something? I like the show Lovesick on Netflix. It's pretty charming.
Yeah.
It might make you like kind of nostalgic for past relations, though.
Yeah.
She's like, I'd rather not do that. I was like, well, watch something else then.
Yeah.
Let's find something we both want to watch.
This isn't what I ordered. I'm a sensitive guy. I need to trust you.
And then I'd take like a Viagra so I could do it, and then we'd have sex, and afterwards I'd be like, oh wow, I'm feeling a little flushed from that Viagra. Do I look okay? I'd be like, I'm kind of freaking out. I'm sorry. Do you mind if we go downstairs and get some fresh air and maybe a water? She's like, no, I just want you to leave. I'm like, well, we just had sex. We should hang out for a little bit. It seems odd for me just to leave. What do you guys think about this dude and his lady?
Yeah, she's got to chill out. Get her off your Instagram.
Maybe lay off the Kim Kardashian likes.
Yeah, that
She's
too.
got enough. You don't need to contribute to those.
That too. Yeah, that's why.
I mean, she's going through a divorce.
Yeah.
She said she wants to be with someone now who likes to go to the gym with her and likes the same shows she likes.
That's nice.
She didn't have that with Kanye.
This girl needs to chill out. You gotta lay down the law.
Yeah.
Get her out of your Instagram.
And what's going on? Like, it sounds like she's probably had some bad experiences in the past that
Yeah.
she needs to kind of get some closure on.
Yeah, that, or I mean, he sounds like a good guy, so I don't think he's been, doing anything to create trust issues.
No, the things that she's upset about him liking are normal things that people like.
Yeah.
It's no indicator of him being up to no good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you have credibility now because you can be like, babe, I like Kim Kardashian photos. She has 120 million followers. Like, it's a pretty standard issue stuff.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like once you join Instagram, you automatically follow Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm interrupting this podcast to let you know once again that we are brought to you by Helix Beer Bongs. Helix Beer Bongs, the best in the biz for froth technology, making sure that the booze funnels into your gullet so smooth. It has revolutionary technology. It has like that, you know, cool like Miller Lite, the swirls. Yeah, it has the swirls, so it swirls into your gullet and then just goes into your belly, and then stoke emanates from within. If you want that feeling for this summer, go to shopcgd.com to get your Helix Beer Bong today. Shopcgd.com. Get your Helix Beer Bong. We're also brought to you by the legends at Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pewed, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dongs are looking fresh and clean. It's time to bundle up with Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance Boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. I'm talking about your nuts. Actually the products, but then your scrotum holds your nuts. Also, the new Performance Package 4.0 includes the Lawnmower 4.0. Dare I say this is the GOAT of ball trimmers, guys. I trimmed my pubes today, and I pubed my trims today, and it was sensational. They look so good. So good. My balls look like the day I was born, except if I were born with nuts. You know what I mean? Before they drop. Okay. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multifunction on-off switch, can engage a travel lock, and gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. It's also waterproof, got a light on it. You can see your nuts. They also have the Weed Whacker for nose and ear trims with proprietary skin-safe technology. I mean, you're getting all hairy parts of your body besides your dome. Unless you want, I think you could use it on your dome too if you really wanted to. They've also got liquid formulations, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver. So guys, get the Performance Package 4.0. It's legit. You get boxers, a shred travel bag, and you get to trim your nuts. If you want to get this, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP20 at manscaped.com. Escape the shrubs and weeds this summer and shine with Manscaped. We are also brought to you by the legends at Rumpel. Rumpel's on a mission to introduce the world to better blankets. So on a surf and ski trip through California, Rumpel's founders found themselves stuck in the back of their van in sub-zero temperatures. And while drinking booze, whiskey to keep warm, they had a crazy idea, the sleeping bag blanket. Guys, this blanket is so legit. It's basically like you're just covering yourself with goodness, with froth. And I know you're going camping this summer. I know you're getting out there. I know you're sleeping on the beach. I know you're, cuddling up, watching a movie, and you need a good blanket, especially for you and your date. If you throw out a Rumpel with your date, it's going to get sexual. Rumpel blankets are built everywhere, so whether you're on the beach, in the van, at a music festival, or just chilling on the couch at home, Rumpel is built to keep you warm and cozy everywhere. They're also sustainable. They're made with discarded plastic bottles. That's sick. And 1% of the revenue goes to beach-friendly nonprofits like Save the Waves. It's the original puffy blanket, guys. And you got to check it out. Go to rumpel.com and enter code DEEP15 for 15% off your first order. They're water-resistant, packable into their own stuff sack. They're unlike any other, and they're comfortable and durable. Go to rumpel.com, enter code DEEP15 for 15% off your first order. That's Rumpel, RUMPL.com with the code DEEP15 for 15% off your first order. Okay, back to the show.
8th grade teacher in distress. Sup, guys? I know I'm a woman, but my BF says I'm a bro, so I hope this makes the cut. I'm an 8th grade teacher, and the struggle with my male students is real. I'm 24, so I'm only 10 years older than them. They're pretty consistent with the weird sexual comments, roasting me on the reg, and just overall disrupting the flow of the class with their teenage selves. Some examples. I'm just trying to teach them about metaphors, and it seems like they're only focused on finding page 69. I have one student who constantly asks to lay on the floor when I read to them, and he just man spreads like a monster. I have to take a sec from reading about Ponyboy and Johnny to tell him to close his legs. Sometimes when I'm reading or presenting, I will hear unprompted sex noises from the back row. Super distracting. They vary in pitch and intensity. They're weirdly interested in finding out my boy BF's gamer tag. I once caught a kid mindlessly humping a chair. When I called him out, he said he had zero clue he was even doing it. If they're asking me a question standing up, they'll obviously adjust their balls crotch area while maintaining perfect eye contact. Oh my God. I can handle the overall grossness, social naivete of them, but I think it's really taking a toll on the female 8th graders. They sit on the other side of the room for the boys and beg me not to partner them up. I want to be an advocate to the girls and explain that these boys will grow out of these things. I'm just wondering if you guys have any insight as to how 8th grade boys think, rationalize their decisions, and act upon their thoughts. It might help me have a more successful year of teaching if I can understand their perspective from grown men looking back. I appreciate y'all. Thanks, Lane.
Man.
I'll say first off, junior high kids are the worst. I don't think I was ever worse than when I was like 12 to 14.
Yeah.
Because you're learning about adult things, but you can't do adult things, but you want to pretend like you are an adult.
Right.
And it's all coming from like inexperience and insecurity.
Totally. I remember when I was in middle school and stuff, the big insult was like, "You're immature. You're immature." And I was of the mindset, because I just thought I loved like toilet humor. What these kids are doing, penis humor, I still do, all that kind of stuff. And my whole thing was like, but I like being immature. It's hilarious. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, in terms of like how to explain to the female 8th graders that, I think it's just,
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know how you would, but I think,
because it's like, are they directing these things like towards her?
A lot of it seems like.
Yes, yeah, I don't know. That's weird, because in 8th grade, I was just focused on the girls around me, not.
Yeah, it seems like they're
24-year-old teacher though, so she might be hot.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right.
Yeah,
I never had a hot teacher, so I don't even know.
in 8th grade we had all older.
It's not a great answer, but honestly, I think it's an experience thing. I think anytime you're a young teacher and you start with junior high or high school kids,
yeah.
When I was that age, we could sense the newness on the teacher, and you're always going to test boundaries, so we'd always go too far. But then when I would see those same teachers a couple years later, they had figured out how to kind of like control the chaos.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I think honestly, it's like first year jitters, but you'll get through them and you'll like incrementally learn how to put these people in their place in a way that's not too that doesn't reflect poorly on you, where it's like too intense or too damaging. And then, but honestly, at a time, I don't want to get you in trouble with like your, administration, but I think you can just be like, "Hey, Kevin, do you know how dumb you look when you do that?"
Right.
No, but honestly, Kevin, do you know how dumb you look? Like, have the whole class just sit there while he's standing, and then be like, "When you act like that, you don't seem adult. You seem like a child who wants to be an adult, and it's not cutting it. No one's buying it. All right, so you can continue to act like that, but I just want you to know all you're doing is alienating every woman who will ever look at you."
I like that.
Yeah.
I had teachers say stuff like that to me and to classmates, and it was always it stuck with me. I still remember Mr. Sand dressing down this kid, Joe Zeller, in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of remember because Mr. Sand was actually wrong. He said, "Joe, you might be a hot shot baseball player, but you're a shitty student." But I remember Zeller had like a 4.0 GPA, so it's like, and he was like a chess master too. So it's kind of like, I think you got the wrong guy, Mr. Sand. But I still remember it.
Yeah, I remember my favorite teacher was Mr. Abbott, because he was just cool. Everyone knew he was cool, but he could also lay down the law.
You got to be able to lay down the law.
Yeah, so I remember one time my buddy drew a photo. I think he drew a photo of like a big bushy vagina in class, and he like passed it to me, and I thought it was hilarious. And then Mr. Abbott, he got it. He got the photo, and he like looked at it, and his whole thing was just, he was so cool, and I looked up to him so much, and his whole thing was just disappointment. He was just disappointed, and he's basically just like, "You know what, dude, not cool." And that, I still remember that clearly. If you can instill that, in these kids, of like creating this cool presence, and then if they're acting like hobnobs, you can just look at it and be like, "You know what, dude, it's just not cool."
Yeah.
And that'll just pierce them right in the chest, and they'll be like, "Man, I need to be cool. I need to be more mature for," what's her name?
Lane.
For Lane.
Yeah.
For Mrs. Lane. I think that's legit.
I love it. That's really good. I remember times where I disappointed my teachers, and like they let me know their feelings were hurt, and it sticks with you too.
Totally.
You just feel like a real horse's ass.
Keep in mind too, these kids the hormones are raging in a way
Totally.
that they've never experienced before in their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, just chemically, they're insane.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, 8th grade.
Especially
tough.
boys.
Big bushy vaginas. Those
Um,
are hilarious drawings.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I still laugh about it.
We hear you.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
I want to see them.
Sup, Stokers? Please keep this a non. 19-year-old, soon-to-be 20 college stoker with a broken heart and frustrated mind. I was friends with this girl for over a year. As a young fool myself, I caught feelings for her and crushed on her hard, but was afraid to make a move. I was always there for her, literally never said no to her, and listened to all her emotional problems with her ex and her family, etc. In hindsight, this was a bad move because it set me up for a sense of entitlement towards her and toxic vibes. Time goes on. I lived in perpetual confusion and tension for nearly a year. Neither here nor there. Close, but not too close. If I make a move, it'll ruin our friendship, but if I don't, I'm left miserable. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Toxic and torturous. She told me several times she doesn't want to hurt me, but I remain persistent, blinded by what I thought was love. After more than a year of knowing her, we hook up finally. Then again, she tells me she's not ready for commitment or a relationship, and various iterations of her saying she's not ready. She told me many times that she thought about dating me a lot, and she just didn't think it would work. That we would clash, and that we both have big personalities. Sounds like BS to me. She doesn't like me and is scared to say it straight up. Heart broke. Then she immediately, less than a month, starts dating another guy. I cut her out. I'm still not over her to this day. All my friends and family tell me to move on, but I can't get rid of this inner sense of doubt that she owes me, that I gave up myself to her, and that to forgive her would require me giving in once again to her, and I can't do that. But the more I hold on to, the more frustrated I am. I tell myself I'm ready to move on, but then by some chance I see her on the street, and I fill with rage. We still have mutual friends, acquaintances, and recently, due to some miscommunication, she ended up showing to my apartment with her new boyfriend, thinking that was okay, because one of her friends told her to meet her outside. But no, she walked in the building to my floor. The audacity. 2 weeks after I confronted her about her breaking my heart, I opened my door to see her there with her new BF. To be honest, I don't know if she knew I was there, but I was livid. I can't blame her for not reading my mind, and I generally am really bad at communicating. Anytime I try to talk to her, I get filled with rage and entitlement. We've had multiple conversations, and they never seem to change how I feel, because whenever I try to phrase it, it always seems like she owes me or that she's in debt to me. But she fucking used me. Everyone tells me that, my friends and family. But when we kissed and hooked up, it was something I had never felt before. I'm realizing in hindsight that this was for sure a trauma bond, and that real love will come from someone who brings me peace, not tension. Any advice, Stokers? I wish that I could just be happy that's it. It's already been over 6 months since she let me down, and I know she's scared. She cared about me a lot, enough to hide her new relationship from me and to try to avoid hurting me by letting me down slowly. But I can't get over the fact that she crossed a platonic boundary into the realm of romance, only to swiftly kick me out and immediately date another guy after telling me she wasn't ready. How can I forgive that? I feel disrespected. Am I wrong to feel disrespected? Thanks, Stokers. Anon. Wow, man, this guy's really going through it.
Yeah, wow.
I think you did a good job of explaining your thoughts and feelings in conjunction with each other at every turn. I think, dude, it's just a valuable learning experience. I think you're learning what to look out for, and I think you're learning what you need in return. And I think, it didn't work with this person, but you're gaining a lot of maturity from it. That tension you feel, that struggle, that's like your id and your maturity in conflict. And I think your maturity is going to win out.
19. Yeah, it's good to go through something like this at that age too, and not, you're very young. It's okay.
And yeah, and she's probably not a bad person, but yeah, she just didn't give you what you needed. And your friends and family are right to vilify her because it helps you get through it. But
Yeah.
I think in time you'll realize that, she just needed something and she didn't even know what she was doing to get it. And you were happy to give it to her because you cared about her. And that's okay. But I think you'll move on in time. I think writing emails like this and writing it all out, that's probably super helpful too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think you're entitled to something or she owes you in some way, then that means that when you were there for her, you weren't there for her. You were there for you. So look at that too.
Yeah, you're expecting something in return.
Yeah. Were you there because you wanted to hook up? That's shitty.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like.
It's not shitty though, right? We all do that a little bit.
Yeah, I've certainly done it, but it's just like, it's not their fault.
But you can't be upset
Yeah, if it doesn't go your way.
come back.
Yeah.
And then look, she didn't handle it perfect, but yeah, you guys are right. You just gotta
And she's definitely
realize
not.
your end of it, your
She's
side of the
definitely,
street.
as we say this all the time, they're definitely not thinking about you as much as you think they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's just life.
Chad, who is your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is with fucking doctors and getting a physical. You think you're doing something good for yourself, and then they scare the fuck out of you when you know that it's just an error. And it's like, and they're just so nonchalant. Hey, if you think you have liver cancer or hepatitis, and you're like, and it's like, all right, well, can we test it right now? And they're like, yeah, we got an appointment in 3 or 4 days. And you're like, I'm so pissed. Because if it's nothing, I never really like get mad at people, but I will fucking chew this dickweed out because they fucked up my last test, and
Doctors are on Yelp.
yeah, dude,
Give them a bad review.
bad review. This guy made me think I was anemic with liver cancer, and I'm just so. It makes you value your health for sure. Stoked on health, but just yeah, I'm just pissed.
Yeah.
It's only because like it's like I don't know. I could get it taken care of, but I'm going to Mexico on Sunday for like 5 days. I don't want to fucking be in Mexico.
Have this hanging over your
Yeah, we
head.
got to have this cleared up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably got it. Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, well, can I come in tomorrow? I know, like, just give me a goddamn blood test. Like, But I don't even want to get a blood test from these morons because they keep messing up the test. So, like, all right, I'll stop. But when he read the test, so when he was like checking out my iron levels, he's like, hey, you look anemic. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Okay, so I got another test, and I was like, so what are the results? And he's like, he read the same iron levels as before, and I'm like, it's the exact same levels? And he's like, oh, that was the first test. And I'm like, I just need a new doctor. That's all right. I'm not even go to a doctor. Fuck them.
What would make you feel better?
Just being able to get tested right now and figure it out.
Well, let's figure it out. Let's get him a test right now, guys. Who knows a doctor? We'll figure it out. We'll get you a doctor. Yeah, this can't stand.
My dad's text.
This aggression will not stand.
Talk to Dr. Takeda. She thinks that this looks like hepatitis. You need to see a gastroenterologist. It's like, fuck. Like,
You've been safe too, man. I don't think that's what it is.
yeah.
I think it's highly unlikely.
You'd have symptoms. There's just no way about it. Like,
Yeah.
You'd have vomiting, diarrhea,
Yeah.
stomach pain. Yeah.
And you haven't had those symptoms. I've been around you.
No.
Aaron, who's your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is with organizing people. I do it twice a week with 10 to 12 people each day, with my softball teams. And it's just, I'm getting a little burnt out on it. I'm still going to do it because I love it, but it's driving me down. And then being part of this wedding that's coming up this weekend, we went all the way out to Palm Springs. We were going to have dinner and then a brunch, and it was pretty disorganized. And so it basically ended up, we drove out to Palm Springs for dinner. We stayed the night, obviously, but like, it's just, things aren't, it's really hard to organize people to do things. It's tough. I don't like it.
Yeah.
No good. Joe, who's your beef of the week?
I got a beef with some of the stokers that are threatening me with not listening to my podcast if I won't drink fruit smash. Listen, stokers.
Thanks, guys.
I'll drink it when I'm good and ready. You're not going to threaten me with downloads of my podcast. Get that out of my face.
I just handed Joe a fruit smash.
I don't want it.
Joe, you can make the whole situation go away.
It's also warm,
Well,
so it doesn't help the cause.
I saw a Reddit comment of someone who appreciated you not caving to peer pressure. They respected that.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm an adult man. I'm not 13 trying to try cigarettes.
Maybe to celebrate how tough you are, you want to have a quick sip of this with me? All right. My beef of the week is with Spirit Airlines. I'd never flown Spirit. And I was like, hey, I want to go out to Vegas and I want to make it cheap. I'll do Spirit. I ended up booking tickets that were too late for the party we were going to. So I called them 8 hours after I booked the tickets. I go, yo, can I get a refund? They go, hey, there's a $100 cancellation fee and we give you $80 back for another flight. $80 back for another flight. Not a full voucher for another flight. $80 back. And I got to use it by December. Then we're flying Spirit back. The flight is 3 hours delayed. They don't tell us for a couple hours why. Then they finally say, hey, the flight attendants are stuck at the hotel. They can't get transportation. I'm like, what are you even talking about? I'll go get in an Uber and grab them right now. The airport is 5 minutes from the Strip.
That's insane.
They could have taken one of those bike cabs and gotten there in no time. And I'm like, dude, not trying to be disrespectful. I respect the hell out of anyone who works on an airplane in any capacity. Those things are scary as shit. And flight attendants definitely set the tone for how we're all vibing. But one of the flight attendants was there. It's a flight from Vegas to LA. It is 45 minutes.
Yeah, you don't need to hold.
I don't know what the FAA regulations are, but they should account for this. We only need one on a flight that short. There's no beverage service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm there for 3 hours, and look, I wasn't mad. I got to kick it. Me and the Strides, man, we hit a restaurant there, got some good food, got a recap of the trip, tried to just celebrate what was left of us being in Vegas, but zero communication. Brand new airplane, that was nice. But, you know, I never even heard flight attendants not there for the flight.
Never heard of that.
What were they doing? I hope they were living it up. I hope you did Molly the night before.
Yeah.
But, you know, I partied the night before, and I got to the airport on time. Almost missed my flight on the way out. You know, I told Strider we only needed to be there an hour before the flight.
It's not true.
And then everybody else on comms on Call of Duty was like, yeah, but bro, my brother was like, JT, I've only ever missed an airplane flight when I was with you. And I was like, that's true. But I was like, I've only ever missed 6 flights in my life. How many times have I flown? 1,000? So my percentage is still south of probably a percentage point. So yeah, I've missed some flights, but for the most part, I get on them. I don't know.
You don't want to miss a flight, though.
One time I missed a flight. I was sitting there so immersed in my book, they boarded the plane without me noticing.
Oh, shit.
And they were canceling a lot of flights that day. So I thought they canceled it. So I walked up to the front, and I was like, hey, they canceled my flight. They were like, no, they didn't. It took off 10 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, I missed it. And then my dad asked me if I was the R word over text message. Bad look, Dad.
Canceled.
Canceled, Dad. If you guys want to cancel my dad, who has pancreatic cancer, because he once texted me if I was the R word because I missed a flight that I was there for, I support it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have said that, Dad. And then he really shouldn't have. But he was upset because I almost missed Christmas. And he did have to pay for my new ticket, which at Christmas time was very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I think that's my charm. I miss flights once in a while.
An hour before
LAX
is,
or Burbank?
I miss them everywhere, but we were flying out of LAX.
Yeah, you can't.
So we were there in time, but then our parking lot was full. No one accounted for that. I guess that's why you show up earlier, to account for the unaccountable.
Yeah.
And I made Strider stop at a 7-Eleven on the way so I could grab a vape. And I checked a bag to Vegas, even though I was only going to be there for 2 days.
Yeah, that's a good...
I didn't want to bring my weed on carry-on.
Oh.
Yeah.
An hour before, though, is not enough because it's like by the time you get through security, it's like boarding is happening, and if there's a line, and
But bro, have you ever felt the exhilaration of barely making an airplane? One time,
Not really.
I did a trip at ASU to visit a buddy, and when I got to the airport, I had like 40 minutes to go, and I did this move. I don't know if I'd even have the gonads to do it now. I looked at the security line. I said, "Guys, I'm running late. Can I get to the front?" And everyone looks at me, and this is what they do every time. They go, "Fuck yeah, go ahead."
Yeah.
I got to the airport for a flight to Phoenix 15 minutes before my flight took off. And I showed the boarding pass to the security guard, and he let me go through like TSA pre.
He
or
fast
whatever.
passed you.
Yeah.
Nice.
But then the flight was delayed a little bit, so I wasn't even that late.
Up next, our diseased and dying friend, Chad. Who's your babe of the week?
My baby of the week is this hypnotherapist I've been seeing is quit drooling. It hasn't worked, but I appreciate the effort put forth by him. That's all.
His commitment
Good try.
to the craft.
Yeah, I'm like,
He gave it his best effort.
yeah, I'm like, I respect your commitment, dude. But this, because when people talk about that, they're like, yeah, you'll be done forever. And then he hypnotized me. I was expecting to go into it, and I'm thinking I'm bad at getting hypnotized, but I was expecting to go into it of just like coming out of the session, just being like, wow, I just hate smoking, and I came out of it and went straight to the vape shop.
You're trying though, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm on
You're throwing everything at it.
Lucy gum. But I got hepatitis, so fuck it.
Hypnotitis.
Hepatitis, yeah.
Dude, I think you could hypnotize the hepatitis out of you if you get the right hypnotist.
Dude, I'm so pissed.
Yeah, dude, screw doctors, man. You know what this doctor I had one time said? And this isn't the right thing to say, but this is what he said. You know what doctors do? We just hold your hands while you die.
Someone said that to you?
A doctor.
No, I think nurses do. Not.
But you know what else he said?
Yeah.
He said, but we're wrong a lot about what's wrong with you.
It's practice.
He didn't actually say that.
They practice
but
medicine.
I bet you that's what he would have said.
I almost stabbed a doctor in the hand with a needle once.
Why?
He loved, if you were sick at all, he loved to give penicillin shots rather than oral, tablets or whatever.
Right. It's kind of a fetish for him.
Yeah.
He likes sticking
geez.
people.
I was a kid and I was just like not having it. So I pulled it out and almost stabbed him in the hand with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of Joe, or no, Aaron, who's your baby of the week?
My baby of the week is my friends who are getting married, Andrew and Jillian. They're just great people. And I'm super excited. They're actually technically already married. They got married during I think the Christmas before the pandemic.
Oh.
Just to kind of get it over with. But yeah, I'm super excited for them. I hope this wedding goes off without a hitch. I know it's gonna be fucking hot as balls. And I hope my speech goes well. But yeah.
I'm sure your speech is going to go great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Joe, who's your babe of the week?
Mine is this guy over here, Aaron.
Oh, let's go. Internal.
Yeah,
In-house babe.
getting Joe Code off the ground it's been a lot of fun, and it's also been really easy. Like, not easy, but it's like stress free because of this guy.
You've got professionals behind the scenes.
Aaron's the best in the business, and he's also a great softball pitcher and player. And
Thank you.
it's
About time I'm recognized for it.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it without Aaron just making it easy and fun.
That's amazing. My baby of the week is all the people in Vegas I hung out with. Friday Beers guys, Max and Jack, our agent Andrew Kenward, the locals in Vegas who were out with us. This dude Kurt, who just threw the best hand slaps I've ever seen. Dude, when you see two guys, homies, at a Vegas pool, and they don't see each other, and then they see each other and they go, psh, and they hit one of those, is a hand slap you and Strider would have been proud of. I could hear the hand slap and I was so envious of it. I was like, oh man, that was beautiful. I want to get in on it. A couple minutes later, I got a hand slap from Kurt that was similar. And I was like, now I'm alive, dude. Now I'm in it.
Nice.
And yeah, there was just great hand slaps going on everywhere. And the people of Vegas are just the best. Like, they're just so honest about hanging out. Like, they're just having a good time. There's no judgment. It took me a couple hours to shake off the judgment of myself and to just give in to the pure hedonism of the moment. And then I was like, these people are setting the tempo, and I'm happy to follow their step. It was really nice to be around that group. So yeah, big ups to all y'all. Chad, who's your legend of the week?
My legend is my buddy Assman. He's been throughout the whole pandemic, he's been living a life of leisure. Moved to Florida for a bit, came to California for a bit, moved back to Miami for a bit. I think he was in like Vail for a bit. Just living the ultimate life of leisure while also keeping a high quality job. And he's just being an ass man. So I want to give a shout out to him. You know, he's my favorite Florida guy. And he's got a deep, deep tan. And
Nice.
he probably doesn't have hepatitis, so good for him.
Yeah, that's good.
You guys have that in common.
Thanks. Yeah.
Dude's name was Kirk, not Kurt. My bad. Aaron, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is my dad. Father's Day is Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a little tribute to him. I mean, he worked his ass off. He got hurt on the job in the early 90s and kind of, I wouldn't say never recovered, but never really got like the job status that he had at the time. Maybe he did. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but just it never seemed that way to me. But like he worked 2 jobs for a lot of my childhood, 2 full 8-hour jobs a day. And we never wanted for anything, so that was really awesome. And I told him that a lot, the last few years. Like I really got a lot of my work ethic from him. I'm still not up to that level because like he could go out, work all day, come home and be puttering around the house doing all the chores and all the stuff that needed to be done, mowing the lawn and taking care of this and then there, and I'm just like, I do like a couple hours here and I'm toast.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just crazy that he was able to do that for so long. And that's again what made it so sad when he got Parkinson's and wasn't able to do all that stuff. Because he was just so out and about. But yeah, love your dad.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
That's nice.
Good tribute. Joe, who's your legend of the week?
Chad, JT, Strider. Yeah, it's you guys.
Dude, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I mean it's been fun. I'm not leaving. It's been fun. No, it's getting you guys giving me the platform to be on the podcast with you, and now I have the opportunity to do my own. It's great and it's fun, and it's thanks to you guys.
Well, we're not doing it out of kindness. You're a beast, man.
Well, it's
Yeah.
I mean it still is. You guys have a lot to do with it, so
Love you, buddy. We're so
Thanks,
excited, man.
yeah, love you guys.
Joe Code.
My legend of the week is a brand new baby, Capri Ferraro.
Whoa.
Of the Ferraro clan, of Mike and Emily Ferraro. Emily delivered a beautiful baby girl. Good on you, Emily. And she is here now. She exists.
I had no idea.
Born of tremendous parents. Ferraro was born to be a dad. He was, even when we were in high school, all the girls would be like, he's going to be such a good dad one day. And I'm like, we're all going to be good dads. I'd get like a little bit like defensive. But now I see what they saw. He's really well suited for it, and I'm excited to see him go on that journey. So congratulations to you guys. Can't wait to meet the baby girl. And I know she's going to have a badass home to grow up in. And Ferraro's a beast at CrossFit. I mean, he moves weight, dude. Was in the regionals one year. Had the fastest time in his heat on the, I think it was the rope climb and handstand walk. So I know she's got those good genetics and that good work ethic. That's all going to be in there. And I can't wait to see her on the floor hitting some Olympic lifts. Snatching 200 pounds overhead, textbook. Let's go, Capri. But yeah, enjoy your babyhood.
Dude, that was so quick. I had no idea.
Happens fast, brother.
Yeah. Wow. Congrats, Ferraro.
Pretty name too, Capri.
Yeah, it's like the island.
Chat, what's your quote of the week?
It's from this guy in Bloodsport,
Great movie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. And he's like, I forget the first part, but he's training for a fight, And the guy's like, it's going to be dangerous out there. And he's like, yeah, I love it. I need a few more scars on my face. The guy's like, but what if I heard you could die. Yeah, if you fuck up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's my quote.
Aaron, what's your quote of the week?
I mean, I've had a little trouble finding one as always. So I'm going to go with something from Bloodsport as well.
Nice.
They're trying to test Jean-Claude Van Damme to see if he's like a legit fighter that should be there, and that he studied under the guy that he said he studies for. So they make him break a brick. They stack up a bunch of bricks, and he goes, "Okay, I'll break the top brick." And they're like, "No, only break the bottom brick." And so he does it. It's super intense, and then and the guy who was testing was like, and this is the quote, he just goes, "Okay, USA." It's so fucking funny.
And we're talking Bloodsport. Frank Duke.
Which
Who was Jean-Claude Van Damme's martial arts instructor and claimed that it was a true life story and that it was based on his life. That the Kumite was real and that he fought on it
Really?
as an outsider and won.
yeah,
That's fun.
But I think people who did a little investigating were like,
yeah,
you made up everything.
Yeah.
And then he was
utter
like, no, I
bullshit.
didn't.
Yeah.
Joe, what's your quote of the week?
Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. It's Confucius.
That's nice.
Nice.
It's nice, yeah.
Interesting.
Mine is from the song The Coup. Sorry. Mine is from the group The Coup. Bootsy Collins, I think, was the lead singer, and this is how the chorus goes. Robert Vertrees would always play this. It's his boxing mix.
Oh.
And this is the chorus. I'm here to laugh, love, fucking drink liquor, and help the damn revolution come quicker.
Band's called The Coup?
Yeah.
Nice.
Laugh, love. What is it? I'm here to laugh, love, fucking drink liquor, and help the damn revolution come quicker. It's nice.
Hell yeah.
Chad, what's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
Hey, let's go kick that doctor's ass.
Let's go. Fuck doctors, dude.